Hello, this is Lady Boulay, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you for your support. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your comments, and thank you for your thumbs up. Thank you for all you do to support the channel. And yes, we are commanded to love one another, whether we want to or not, or whether we agree with each other or not. Well, I'm back talking about Candace Owens, and it looks like Candace might lose this case that the First Lady of France has against her, because now they're saying that the First Lady is showing proof that she is a woman. So I'm thinking that Candace needs to get her pocketbook ready. Now, I don't think they've said how much the Macrons are suing her for, but whatever amount it is, it's going to be more than Candace is going to want to pay. Now, they keep saying that she married into the British aristocracy and that her husband's family is filthy rich. But I think we can all make a reasonable bet that she won't be getting her hands on any of that money. She better be looking at her own bank account, talk to her own banker about how much money she has and how much she might have to borrow. But she's really dealing with some heavy weights. I don't care what's going on in France. These are still powerful white people. And I find it very interesting that she, of all people, would make the claim against the First Lady of France. All of these white people, all of these white conservatives in the United States who have so much to say, they will take on black people, they will take on Democrats, they will take on oligarchs, they will take on anybody, but they have not taken on the First Lady of France in the way that Candace has done. Now, let me just refresh your memory about what Candace is claiming about the First Lady, because now the First Lady has made a move. Maybe it's a chess move, I don't know. Candace might be playing checkers and they might be playing chess, but it's all ugly business anyway. And I don't know why Candace would step into this pile of goo-boo, but she decided to do it. But anyway, like I'm saying, she needs to get her pocketbook ready because she might lose this case. So watch this.
The French president's wife is going to present scientific evidence to a US court to prove that she is a woman. It's part of an ongoing lawsuit. President Macron and Brigitte Macron are suing right-wing influencer and podcaster Candace Owens after she repeatedly told her millions of followers that she believes Brigitte Macron was born a man and transitioned into a woman in her 30s. In 2024, Candace said she would stake her entire professional reputation on the allegation. Now, on the Fame Under Fire podcast, the Macron's lawyer Tom Clare told me that they are going to show evidence in court to prove her wrong. Pictures of Brigitte, perhaps pregnant, raising her children. This is the stuff Candace has asked for. That all exists.
It all exists, and they're all materials that we intend to present in court so everybody can see, and in a forum where there are rules and where there are standards.
He also said that this case was a distraction for the president of France. Now, we contacted Candace Owens for a response. She has filed a motion to dismiss the case, but she's also said she genuinely believes what she is saying, and there is nothing more American than free speech and the right to criticize.
It's very rich that she would talk about free speech in America and the right to criticize. You do have free speech in America. But what she is engaging in is not free speech, it's slander. Your rights end where somebody else's nose begins. The Constitution does not give you the right to defame another person, to embarrass a person, and make an egregious claim against somebody of which you cannot prove or verify. Now she wants the case dismissed. She said she was going to fight it all the way to court, that she was ready for it. And now she's sneakily trying to get it dismissed. By now, she probably knows that she doesn't have any support in this. Donald Trump told her to leave this alone and she wouldn't do it. And she calls herself upset because Donald Trump is not defending her right to free speech. There is free speech. Even if she had just said, I believe this to be true about this woman, just doing something for entertainment. No, she went and dragged that woman's family into it. She lied and said this woman had stolen her brother's identity and the brother is still alive. And there are people who really believe Candace Owens, and that lets you know how broken people are, that they want to believe the worst about somebody. That woman asked Candace to leave this alone, and she doubled down on it. Now that she realizes that she doesn't have anybody on her side, and here's the thing, even if what she's saying is true, she will never be able to prove it. These people work together. And I can't wait to see how this works out because this should be a lesson to her. If she wins, great. Great. If Candace Owens wins this, then good for Candace. But the fact that she wants this case dismissed lets you know that she knows that she went too far. She went too far and nobody could tell her anything. Even Charlie Kirk said something like she had just gone down some deep rabbit hole that they didn't even want to be associated with her. And the wife wouldn't even let her come to the memorial service. Let's not forget that. But anyway, this is what's trending now. Brigitte Macron to provide scientific proof she is a woman in Candace Owens's defamation battle. So now she's going to provide scientific proof. So what this means is that she's going to provide proof that's going to satisfy the court. It may not satisfy Candace Owens and her and Brigitte Macron's detractors, but it's going to be enough for the court. And this is from The Independent. Emmanuel Macron and his wife Brigitte will provide scientific and photographic evidence that she is a woman at her defamation trial against right-wing American podcaster Candace Owens. So see, the scientific is the thing that's going to be convincing. That means that it's going to be accepted as fact. Tom Clare, a lawyer acting for the Macrons, said the couple were ready to prove generally and specifically that Owens's allegations that Ms. Macron was born male were false. How embarrassing is that? You're the first lady of a country and you got to go to court to prove that you're a woman. This is worse than what they did with Michelle Obama. Owens began spreading baseless conspiracy theories about Ms. Macron's gender identity in 2024 in YouTube videos and podcast episodes that have accrued millions of views. She has stated that she will stake her entire professional reputation on her belief that Ms. Macron is in fact a man. Yeah, it is her belief. Now she's going to have to prove it. Now, if this woman brings in proof to the court, that's going to be acceptable to the court. And Candace Owens is going to be left out there hanging. The Macrons filed a defamation lawsuit in a court in Delaware in July, accusing Owens of spreading outlandish, defamatory, and far-fetched lies that have triggered a campaign of global humiliation and relentless bullying. Mr. Clare told the BBC's Fame Under Fire podcast that the court would be providing expert testimony that would be scientific in nature. He did not elaborate on what evidence might be given at trial. It's not going to matter what it is. As long as they can call it remotely scientific, it's going to be accepted. He added, if that unpleasantness and that discomfort that she has of opening herself up in that way is what it takes to set a record straight and stop this, she's 100% ready to meet that burden. I don't blame Ms. Macron because it is embarrassment. She has suffered international embarrassment, not only because of what Candace Owens has said, but because of what people in France have said about her. She has sued people and they have had to pay her and her brother for defaming them. So I don't blame her. I would be willing to do it because here's the thing. What if Candace Owens is wrong? What if this lady is who she says she is? She's a mother. She has 3 daughters. No, she has 2 daughters and a son. She's been married to this man for 30-something years. And the real problem was that she was this man's school teacher. She was a 39-year-old teacher, and he was a 14-year-old student. That's where the crime is. A 39-year-old teacher ruining a 14-year-old student. Because 14-year-olds are in 8th grade. That's middle school. That's not even high school yet. So to me, that's where the real problem is. If she wanted to make a case against the woman, that would be the case. But saying that she was born a man and you can't prove it, that is egregious. Well, let's see if Candace Owens can talk her way out of this one. She has tried to get it dismissed and the court won't dismiss it. So she's going to have to go to court. So we shall see how it all turns out. Okay, y'all, thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about the video and have a good evening.